it's out Sunday. I might come up Sunday. When you got it? You got Sunday or you on tomorrow? Eh?
I'm just going to go to sleep.
Why?
Why?
Do you know what time does that thing start at St Paul's?
What?
I told you the other day at St Paul's. You know that
St Paul's? What,
yeah,
the
service
of the Order of St John?
Yeah.
Not a clue.
You said you heard about it.
Morning, folks.
I've heard about it, but I don't know what it is.
Because they've got, what's her name? Actually, Sophie's at one of the nights. Sophie. You know who Sophie is?
Good morning, B.
No,
Hill's morning to you as well.
no, I don't know something from St John's.
Good morning, Teresa. Morning, guys. Okay, so yes, everybody, as promised, been here for a while this morning. Completely new guard. King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery rode in this morning. They came along the Mall, came across the parade ground, etc. Obviously, I'll post a lot of that later. Very busy morning, very busy morning. So far, just based on the very first incident with one of the tourists going in the wrong spot, the guards are being verbal. Everybody. Yeah. The guard did say, in fact, he didn't even say it. He shouted? He loudly verbalized, make way for the King's Guard. Okay? This troop, very interesting troop actually. I would say that the troop is roughly, from what I've seen as they rode in, roughly 50% female, 50% male. Okay? So that's another very, very curious thing, in a good way, to see here at Horseguards. Yeah, roughly 50-50. So this, obviously, is the very first horse that we've seen here. Beautiful horse. Yeah, lovely horse. Absolutely magnificent horse. What is it, people? A chestnut? Oh, he's agreeing. He's agreeing with us. Which horse is it, people? Is it a chestnut, this one? I'm guessing it's a chestnut, or is it a bay? Out of interest. Isn't it? Beautiful. So chestnut or bay, people? Anyone know? It's a bay. Okay. Now you thought that one was beautiful. Wait until you see this one. This one's a real beauty. Look at this. Now how's that for a beautiful horse? Because it's a completely different troop, everybody. Blues are gone. I got the footage. Oh, goodness me, that was goodness. That was a loud one, wasn't it? So the reason that we have different horses, different type of horse, is because we have a different regiment entirely. Okay, this is King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery, and these horses are they're real lookers. They are considerably smaller than the blues horses, but not massively smaller than the typical lifeguard horse. It was very interesting when I first got here earlier. The very first time the other horse, at the other end with the lady guard, the very first time that horse went to go in the box, it was not a happy chappy or a happy girl. Really kicked off a little bit. It's the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery that we've got here. Yeah, so King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery. And in the second, people, we're going to see the first ever full change of the guard here with the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery. Okay, I'm going to get into the usual spot. It'd be interesting to see exactly who the senior officer is. There we go. So I'm over on this side. Also, we've got no corporal of horse, everybody. No more, for the next couple of weeks while they're here, no more corporal of horse. Why have we got no corporal of horse? Because we've got a sergeant major instead, okay? So here, actually, wait, I was going to say, the senior officer on a day-to-day basis is going to be sergeant major. I know that because I talked to him. And we think, I'm not quite sure, we couldn't figure out whether it was a captain or not. We couldn't quite notice. The senior officer on duty today, because they just arrived, everybody, I think, what's one rank below captain, people? Is it lieutenant? Because I think, she's a lieutenant. Anyway, the senior officer with the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery, I thought it was a lieutenant. Yeah, the senior officer with the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery here at Horseguards, get ready for it, people. First time this year is a lady. Okay? It's a first lieutenant. Okay, so it's a first lieutenant. I haven't yet had the opportunity to ask her for pictures. I will do if I get the chance to do that. Is it a major, guys, or is it a first lieutenant? Major. Okay, perfect. So she might well be a major in that case. If she comes out for the guard change, we will see it. Yes, they've been told not to shout. They've also been told that if they do shout, they will get fined. However, and this is a good thing, everybody, immediately, first time when the guard came out of the tunnel, walked back to the arches. It's the guard that's over here, way in the distance. Here he is, this lovely fellow in the arches. He shouted straight away, "Make way for the King's Guard." I got that, and all of the stuff I got earlier will be up on the channel later. So it's a lieutenant. Okay. If she comes out, I will try to get a very good look at the pips. Obviously, I didn't want to be too intrusive, so I noticed that she does have pips. I just couldn't see how many. I seem to think that she had 2 pips. So we will see, everybody. You can spot. But yeah, I mean, great to see that they're very vocal. Very interesting troop, not only with the horses, and there are a variety of horses. We'll see in a second. Obviously, the 2 we just saw from the front, the 2 bays, they will come off duty when the boxes are opened, and we'll have 2 new horses coming out. First time ever this year, and also first time in, actually, I'm trying to think, they were here last summer briefly. I wasn't here that long ago, but definitely the first time this year for these horses and also for this regiment. Your boyfriend's going to be on guard on Monday. Wonderful. I'm going to follow you back right now just because of that. Thank you very much for letting me know that. User 8217. Thank you. I know from, it doesn't matter how I know, but I know from talking to somebody in the King's Troop yesterday that they were told, same as the Blues, you're not allowed to shout at tourists. Okay, that was the memo that went around. Now, it's interesting because we know that that is kind of what is trying to be imposed, okay? But I can tell you 2 other things that I found out in the past day and a half. 1, no Blue has been fined yet. 2, no lifeguard has been fined yet. Okay, no fines issued to anyone at all for raising their voice or shouting, and there have been some shouts. Now, what does that mean? It means that the King's Troop, how do we say this? The prevailing opinion within the King's Troop is, you know what? If someone gets in our way, we're going to shout at them to get out of our way. In other words, they will be respectful of tourists. Of course they will be, if the tourists are respectful of them in return. Fair enough, am I right? Pretty much. So that's the way it stands at the moment. But yeah, the same memo went around. You're not allowed to scream. You're not allowed to shout at the tourists. Blah, 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 blah. They're like, you know what? If tourists are going to get in our face, we will shout at the tourists. Simple as that. The guards from the front hills on the two horsemen, boxmen, will be coming off duty in 1 minute. Literally, they're going to come around any minute for the guard change. I've got a good spot here, so if I move now, I'll lose it. So we're going to see the 2 coming out from the boxes. They're going to come around. They're going to dismount right in front of us. Okay, right in front of us. And then we'll see the new horses. So we're going to get to see 4 different horses and 4 different troopers in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Hey, welcome watching from Hungary. Welcome, folks. Yeah, massive number of people here this morning. I think word escaped or leaked out that there was a big change at foot because there's not only an enormous number of tourists, I mean there always are, but, and this was a surprising thing, an enormous number of photographers. I've never actually seen so many, both pro-military and amateur photographers. Quite literally, I haven't. As I saw this morning in the last hour or so. Extraordinary sights. So yeah, word obviously gotten around the photography fraternity that, hey, new guard coming, new troop, etc. Morning, Angela. So it was, to me personally, it was very, 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 very interesting to see that. Very interesting. Also, very warm welcome to Rob, everybody. That's SE18 Rob, of course, that we all know and love. Rob is the new moderator, everybody. Rob joined the team. In fact, today's his first day moderating. So welcome to Rob. Thank you, Rob, for agreeing to join and help the rest of the team. Hey, welcome watching from Israel. Thank you, Rob. My pleasure. So yeah, All good, everybody. We're going to see what happens this morning. See the action that we get here. As I said, the military and police presence is massively increased here for two reasons. One, this new guard. Yes, they've done this before, but they haven't done it for a while. Okay, so we've got far more. Not exactly sure why. In fact, they wouldn't tell me. Far more police than on a normal day. We've got eight paramilitary police this morning, which is a lot. In fact, including everybody. One of our favourites. Yep. Apparently, word had escaped that. Let's just say that there might be issues. So, bingo. Yeah, they upped it. So it's all good, people. They have, Mark, very much so. This troop, as I said, big mix. It is. I didn't count specific numbers, but from what I can see, bearing in mind they're going to be rotating. So we've got some guards now. We've got, I'd say, 10 whatever guards here now. They will be here for a few days, and then another part of the King's Royal troop will come over and they'll swap over. But we're going to have solid King Street Royal Horse Artillery for the next 3 weeks. Okay. Again, even the squaddy trooper. In fact, wait, military people. If it's not somebody in HCAV, are people in camos squaddies, or are they also still troopers? Anybody know the answer to that? Squaddies or troopers? I'm not sure whether trooper is a rank expression that is exclusive to HCAV. Troopers, perfect, thank you. That's very kind of you. Gunners, okay, we're gunners. Wait, so Isla, does that mean that every single person that's here, boxman and chitsman, are gunners? Or how should I refer to them? That's my question. Should I refer to them as gunners, or should I refer to them as troopers? It's the police, Terry. They were having a conversation right next to me, so I couldn't really tell them not to. Troopers. Okay, perfect. Thank you very much. Troopers it is. That's going to be an easy one for me, because I'm used to calling them troopers. Okay, here come, for the first time ever, the new guard. Our first two. I thought that. Yeah, I thought that. Okay, gunners. So I'm going to take. I know that you know, Isla. So I'm going to take gunners as my preferred term, and I assume that's correct. So I thought that trooper was exclusive to HCAV as well. Perfect. Thank you very much. Gunners. Okay, great. I'm going to remember that. Thank you, guys. If I get it wrong, correct me. Oh, bombardiers or gunners? Okay, I've got two people that I know have King's Troop connections telling me that they're gunners. So gunners it's going to be. King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery. Lana. Yep. So for the next 3 weeks, people, we've got gunners. So notice that here we have one of the boxmen, Lady Guard, NCO, Lady Guard. This fellow, obviously not a Lady Guard. Yeah, the horses are really, really, really magnificent. Look at this. Absolutely glorious. Yep. I did promise you a treat, everybody, when when I knew about them coming, and here we go. Boom. Amazing, no? Absolutely extraordinary. Okay, here come the two for this mount again, interestingly. A Lady Guard, a Male Guard. Okay, bear in mind this is the first ever dismount. The horse is a little bit restless. Little teeny. Oh, yeah. One of them's a little bit restless, people. Hold on. Good Lord, look at that. She didn't even flinch. I thought the horse was going to walk straight into her. She did not even flinch. Extraordinary. Yeah, they are. The uniforms are magnificent, actually. They really are magnificent. A little bit, definitely. Yeah, the first horse in the box this morning was really, really kicking off. He or she did not want to be in the box. Extraordinary, wasn't it? Extraordinary. Oh, and then we had it. We missed it, but I heard it. I'm not sure if you heard that. He also said, "Make way for the guard." This fellow here that just went straight through the tourists. Make way for the guard. Second time we've heard that, and they've only been here for an hour. The horses are beautiful. Yeah, this troop have extraordinary horses. Seeing a lot of new faces here this morning. Both MDP faces, a lot of new officers. This morning, as I said, more than I've seen for a while, interestingly. And also, as I said, we've got these magnificent new horses. Let's keep an eye. It's very busy today, guys. For a Friday, it's very busy. First time ever this year in the tunnel. King's Troop, Royal Horse Artillery. Magnificent, eh, people? I mean, what can you say? Absolutely magnificent. Hold on, everything's coming, guys. One second. Of course, we're going to have a look at the front. We're going to have a look at the horses. We're going to have a look at everything. No rush at all. No rush. Thank you, Nikki. Yeah. The other interesting thing is I mentioned, the number of photographers and streamers here today is just mind-boggling. And he's off. I said, everybody, guard camp. Yeah, and don't forget they just arrived. This is all brand new. Oh, do you hear that, everybody? Boom. Make way for the guard. Straight in there. So I'm guessing they don't really care about getting fined, pretty much, for what we just saw, fundamentally. Am I right or not? And boom, there he is, back to the archers. Let's have a look at those lovely new chitsmen, everyone. If I can actually get out of the gate, that is, it's like, what? Oh, goodness me. Look at the crowd, it is absolutely rammed. Glorious, aren't they, everybody?
Don't run in the box, don't grab the horse, don't touch the guard.
Hey, welcome, folks. Yeah, magnificent horse, magnificent uniform, magnificent everything, pretty much. Yeah, it is very much bays, according to people that are it's so busy, everyone. I don't know. It feels a bit like a Saturday. Horsey's a bit loud. Look at this. Look, this is how busy it is. How interested people are in the fact that we've got a brand new regiment. sorry. It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. It is, yeah. The new troop is roughly, and I didn't count, but roughly, from what I noticed as they rode in this morning, roughly 50-50 split male-female, this troop, which was a big surprise in a very pleasant way, of course. Oh, lots and lots of people beeping and beeping and beeping. Don't they just? The gold braid, okay, notice well everybody, the lady is wearing a coronation medal. Yeah, it's a coronation medal. It looks magnificent, and yes, actually, strange enough, she has a very, very, very close resemblance to Jennifer Lawrence. It's a very good point, people, look. Extraordinary, isn't it? Absolutely extraordinary. Now, don't forget, this is completely new experience for these horses. Completely new experience. Okay, the household cav are gone. Household cavalry are gone. They will not be here in the next 3 weeks. Lifeguards on holiday in 3 weeks. Blues and Royals musical troupe have gone to Aachen in Germany, and the rest of the Blues are going to Edinburgh today. So that is why we have the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery here in central London. And as I said, they're going to be here for roughly, give or take, still confirming the dates, roughly 3 weeks. And how magnificent, eh? How utterly magnificent. And everyone's happy. Look, tourists are happy. Everyone's happy. Why? Because the horses look beautiful. Five years plus. Wow, that's extraordinary. How long must they remain in position? It's an excellent question. That is an excellent question. They're typically going to remain in, Boxman that we're looking at the moment. They're going to be here in this spot for 1 hour until the changeover. So they just changed over at 12 noon. And the next changeover will be in just over 45 minutes. Simple as that, you know. And I think that's a very good thing. Very good thing. Same with the guys inside. I'm going to keep an eye on it, but I'm pretty sure that the Chitsman, again, it's still a 2 hour thing. I haven't been told any different. I think that's also 2 hours with the Chitsman. So hour at the front, Boxman, 2 hours inside Chitsman. But it's a curious thing, actually. I didn't notice until somebody just mentioned it. It's a very good point. What do we call? You're not a horse teacher, are you? Just wondering what do we call it, guys? Is it a braided? Is the horse's mane braided? Is it a braided mane? Is that what we call it? Because it is interesting. I haven't seen that before. The horse's mane. Is it called hogged? Cropped mane. Okay, so hogged is the official term, yeah. Horse, it's an oppression term for braided, I guess. Okay, amazing. I mean, the horse is just spectacular, isn't it? I mean, I don't think anyone's going to disagree on that point. Yes, yeah, flawless, in fact. Look at that anatomy of this horse. It's just shaved, roached. See what I mean, guys? So many different terms for this.
I mean, when she goes, you then first come first.
Okay, so we have some more horses, everyone. If you're looking for other magnificent horses, even larger ones, here are two. This grey. You are allowed to, Kate. Yeah, it's not against the rules to touch the horse. It's absolutely fine. Tourists do touch the horse because they're allowed to touch the horse. You know straight away that if they were not allowed to be touching the horse, it will be made very, very clear. This horse, the one that we're looking at now, is actually much, much, much larger than the one at the other end. It's not quite as large as the Blues horse, but this one is pretty much the same size as a lifeguard horse, I would say, give or take. I'm guessing this one's got to be... What are we thinking, people? 15? Something like that? I think it's 15, roughly, give or take. 16 hands. Okay, so easily the same size as a lifeguard horse. 16, 16, 2. Yeah, it is magnificent. One of the most beautiful horses I think I've ever seen here, honestly. It really is absolutely flawlessly beautiful. Guards stamping a little bit inside there in the arches as well, so it's definitely going to be kicking off here without a shadow of a doubt. Yep, exactly, Stephen. New horses and new guards. It's King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery.
Oh, I know you're beautiful.
Everyone that comes out notices these new horses or hasn't seen them before. It's like, wow. We don't see horses like this in London. Never. We're so used to the household cav and those magnificent beasts that we...
Claire, are we allowed to go any closer?
You can go close, do not touch the bridle, and do not touch the guard.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody was obviously asking you about whether it's possible to, to go closer to the horse.
You, that's fine, but don't touch the horse either.
Hi.
Goodness me. Extraordinary.
What? All right, Laura, closer. Hi.
I'm in the kick zone too, so take it fast.
Okay, all right. Wow.
Aren't they just? The guards are not dressed differently. We have a completely different troop here, different regiment.
The equipment.
Regular guards will be back in roughly 3 weeks, give or take. So Blues and Royals did finish this morning. Again, I'll post a lot of footage of what happened earlier this morning when the Blues left and the King's troop arrived. That all happened roughly between 10:30 and 11:15. How did they change shift? The boxmen here at the front on the horses, boxmen they're called, change shift every hour. Everyone else, shitsmen in the archers, that change over, to the best of my knowledge, unless it's been modified because of the fact that it's a different regiment, should be 2 hours. Let's have a look. In fact, the guard is currently in the tunnel. 1 second, let's have a look. Ta-da! Same thing, make way for the guard, you just heard it. So they're really, really not taking any nonsense at all, these guys. Which I think is a great thing, isn't it, personally? We'll also be interested to see, don't forget, they haven't been here for a year. Almost everyone that we're looking at now hasn't been here before. In other words, the people that we're looking at right now, the chitsmen we're looking at now, were not on duty here last year. So this would be the first time ever. Boom, straight back in the archers. Extraordinary, eh? Let's have a look on the other side. We have new guards because there is a brand new regiment in London. They're going to be here, as mentioned, folks, for roughly the next 3 weeks. Is it hot? It is actually. It's not completely boiling, but I mean, of course, it's hot. You know, it's Friday. It's sunny. It's a very balmy day. It's not a castle. It's a barracks, military barracks, Ministry of Defence site. A lot of people think this is a public place. It's not. It's a Ministry of Defence site. Actually, here we have the. I was mentioning about the senior officer on duty. This is her, I think, unless it's a different one. 2 bars, people, on the arm. 2 bar. What are we looking at here? Actually, I'm not sure, because she's wearing a different uniform to the lady that I saw earlier. Could be a different one. What's the 2 bar, folks? Corporal, thank you very much. Okay, so Lady Corporal. It's like it's being careful. There's so many people here today. It's really busy. Okay, so far we've spotted a corporal, a major. We've got the sergeant major. I definitely, obviously, immediately recognised him. He has, what do we call it? He has the same device that the corporal of horse ordinarily carries. But 100% he is a sergeant major, not a corporal of horse. One, because we already knew that, because it's a rank exclusive to the HCAV. But I did talk to him as well, and he confirmed, yeah, sergeant major. I really didn't want to get it wrong on my first day with the new troop. Nope, they're not graduating. They are already very firmly in the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery.
Okay.
It is a first, but not ever. It's a first in the past 12 months. King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery only take over here for 2, 3 or 4 weeks per year. Okay, so this is an annual event. So we're only going to have these guys and these horses for the next couple of weeks. Yeah, it is different uniforms, a different regiment. Blues are gone, lifeguards are gone. Oh, they already have been shouting. They've been shouting very much. The police are also shouting a lot and not taking any nonsense. I think the new commanding officer that's come down with the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery has pretty much laid down the law and said, you know what, just deal with it. Simple as that. 2017. I can't tell her anything. One, because she is a horsewoman and I'm not. And secondly, she will not listen to me even if I do tell her. It's not my business to get involved. Extraordinary, eh? No, they're not all. They're not all. I think, as I mentioned earlier, roughly from my mental count, I thought out of 10 troopers that rode in, I'm pretty sure 5 were female, 5 were male. And again, just to reconfirm, of the 3 officers that I've met or seen already, 2 are female, 1 is male. So it looks like we have, for the first time ever, a regiment which is predominantly female, or at least this troop within the regiment are primarily female. So many firsts here today. Horses, uniforms, guards, gender, everything. It's an extraordinary thing to see in a very good way. Yep, me too. This is the first time I've ever seen these horses and this troop in London. First time ever. And this horse definitely will not, at all, under any circumstances, have any issue with crowd control. You can see the size of it, look. Glorious, eh? Hello, Catherine, welcome. Oh, it's a good question. Anyone know where is the origin of these horses? Where do they originate from? We know that HCAV Cavalry Blacks are Irish Draft Thoroughbred mix. What about these ones? Do we know? Are they from Ireland? Anyone know? I know that some of you watching are in the King's Troop, so it would be wonderful to know exactly where those horses are from. Do you get paid to publicise the monarchy? That's an interesting question. Why would I get paid to publicise the monarchy? It's a military channel, chap. It's not. It's not a royal channel. You're getting yourself confused. They're also Irish Draft. Aha. No, I already spoke with the officer earlier. This is how I knew, having spoken to him, that it was a sergeant major. I just went to double check, because if I'd labelled the video Corporal of Horse, it would have been a sergeant major. If I'd labelled it Sergeant Major, of course it would have ended up being a Corporal of Horse. Weird as it sounds. Because even though he's in a somewhat different uniform as well, there was no way of me knowing 100% whether he was wearing a King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery uniform or a Blues and Royals uniform. Okay, so they're also Irish bred. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. At least the inner courtyard now, for the moment, is relatively peaceful. And I see that as being a huge positive. Why? Because you know what? It ain't going to last. That's for sure. Without a doubt. Of course, everyone that's turning up is like, hold on a second. Where are the guards? What has happened to the guards? Why are they gone? Not realising that, of course, they haven't gone. They've simply been temporarily replaced. And what a thing to see, eh? Yeah, everything's great, folks. Thank you very much for asking. Let's go back to the front and concentrate on these magnificent horses. Welcome, folks. Everyone that's just joining for the first time, joining, sharing, liking, etc. Thank you very much. The other guards are indeed on holiday. Yeah, we confirmed that a little bit earlier. The Blues finished up here this morning. They are now done for the best part of almost a month. Well-earned break. We know how hard the Blues have worked this year, everyone, don't we? Yeah, the horses are a little vocal, in fact. I guess partly because it's the first day, partly because, everything is new here for these horses. Hey, salut toi, ça va? Lovely horses, lovely new guards, lovely new regiment, and more importantly, lots of lovely, happy tourists. The horse is not that much smaller. This horse here is definitely on the smaller side of the ones that came in this morning in the troop, I can tell you that. However, it's still very, very, very close to being the same size as a smaller lifeguard horse. There's not a massive difference between this horse we're looking at now and the lifeguard horse. I do remember the Austrian students very well. Yeah, I do, of course I do, in the video. Welcome anyone that's watching, or willkommen if you're watching from Austria. We haven't yet, folks, seen anyone tourist trying to grab the reins or anything similar like that. What I did notice a second ago, and again this will be very much a question for anyone that's in the King's Troop, one thing I just noticed is that the secondary rein, how do we say it? Is it, I don't know, what is it? Is it like, what do you call it, a rope? What do we call it, this secondary rein, the white rope? Because House HCAV normally have the chain. They normally have two sets on the horse. Hey guys, stop it. This is not a dating channel, okay? I said that before to some of the ladies, and I'm going to say it to the gents. Works both ways. Wilfred is in the army. He's friends with someone that was in the King's troop. Okay, wonderful. The black horses, cavalry blacks, will be back in roughly, give or take, 3 weeks. Don't worry, they haven't gone permanently, everybody, promise. It is, yeah, horse is magnificent. No, they haven't gone to Norfolk. The Blues and Royals have gone to Edinburgh, everybody. Order of the Thistle is the reason that they're in Edinburgh. We had Order of the Garter, didn't we, last week up in Windsor. And the reason they've gone to Edinburgh is because for the first time, new king, Order of the Thistle. That's the reason that Blues and Royals have gone up to Edinburgh. The musical troupe have gone to Germany. They're in Germany. They went a few days ago. And today, Blues will be leaving to go up towards... up towards Edinburgh. Sorry guys, I'm trying not to laugh. Poor horses. Why are they poor horses? Come on. Of course not. Magnificent. Can you not see how well these horses... I mean, look, they're absolutely magnificent. King's Troop, Royal Horse Artillery. Sorry. Yeah. They just arrived this morning. I mean, literally 30 minutes ago. Yeah, they're here for 3 weeks.
They're on duty.
Yeah.
To get them to stand.
1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour in the boxes before they change over again. But they are beautiful horses.
Oh,
Stunning horses.
stunning. It's like a young lady on it as well.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. This troop that just arrived, it seems, we've seen them riding this morning, it looks like a higher percentage of female than male, which is also an unusual thing because in the household cavalry it's the other way around.
But in the horsey world, it's more women, isn't it?
There we are, 100%,
Ponies.
and greatly so. Yes, they do, in fact, yeah, everyone. You remember we saw those gun carriages being drawn during the coronation, and of course during Trooping the Colour, a week ago. These are the horses that draw the gun carriages. King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery. Yep. Extraordinary, eh? Apparently they're here for roughly 3 weeks. I've heard different dates. I've heard the 14th mentioned. I've heard the 16th mentioned. It doesn't really matter. The thing is that they're going to be here for, as a minimum, a couple of weeks. Yeah, it's extraordinary, isn't it? Somebody would think that these horses are in any way neglected or, not completely loved. I mean, just look at the condition of the horse. It's absolutely spectacular. It's flawless in every conceivable way. Yeah. It's always being a little teeny weeny bit bashful. Time here is 12:30 at lunchtime. They do, Catherine. Yep, we've already heard it. I've heard at least 3. I haven't yet seen anybody touch the reins. That, at some point, is going to happen. Good question, actually. I'm not sure what they do. I'm guessing they go back to regular duty. Now, what does that mean? I don't know, because I'm not a military man. I believe the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery, and please correct me anyone if I'm wrong, are based at Woolwich in South London, ordinarily. Glorious, eh? Whoa. Even the horse's voice is magisterial. So the 1 second, let's have a look at it. 12:32. The next changeover is in, what is it, 25 minutes roughly, give or take? Yep, not different uniforms, different regiment. This is not the palace, no, this is a ceremonial entrance to the palace. It's horseguardsparade. They are, yeah. I mean, to be honest, they've been like this since they got here. The first ever time the first horse went in the box was real interesting. I'll put that footage up later. I've got a lot of interesting footage, guys, from this morning. A hell of a lot of interesting footage from this morning. Trying to get anywhere close to the horse. 1 second, people. Her Majesty's here, everybody. Look at the crown.
Does she ever poke people with her before?
Only when they're knighted.
In terms of the inspection, I can't see why that would change. It should be the same thing. I don't know. I'm not even sure I'll be here for a long time. I've got a lot of footage this morning. A hell of a lot already, guys. I mean, let's not forget that King's Troop Royal Horseguards are not ordinarily a public-facing regiment, so of course the horses are going to be a little bit more sensitive. You know, we saw that during the coronation. We saw that also during Trooping the Colour.
Some of them.
Yeah, I think you're right, Chris. Yeah, I definitely think you're right. Also liking the fact that even though it's not boiling yet, it is a very, very hot morning. So I was going to say I'd like the fact they left the doors open, but they're actually now closing them. I guess it means that the temps are nowhere near maximum. It's got to be a good thing, I would suggest.
So let the gas out of the back of the horse.
Ordinarily, though, when it gets to about 25, 26, they do leave the back gates open, so I'm surprised that they close them up right now. That said, they're going to change over in half an hour. Yeah, it's a strange one. Yeah, bit of natural airflow.
We need to.
Second. They are, aren't they? Yeah, they're magnificent, in fact. This is why everybody, of course, is very keen to get pictures. A lot of the tourists that arrived this morning that I was talking to had no idea that there were going to be new horses. It's why a lot of people have been surprised, like, wow, new horse, completely different type of horse. Tourists seem to be super happy, in fact, that we got these new horses. Look, 100%. Little fidgety, eh? In its new position. You're right. Yeah, people are. In fact, people were in a very good mood this morning. I was talking to a very large group from New Zealand earlier. Super nice. They were explaining that, hold on, we came here to see the black horses. Where are they? And I said, literally, you missed them by about 20 minutes, but they'll be back in 3 weeks. They're like, oh, you know what? We'll already be home again by next week. I mean, the horse seems to be pretty friendly overall. Yeah. Yep, tourists. Major F. Sykes was commanding officer, actually going to retirement. Aha! That's nice to know, in fact. Lady officer. Of course the horses have names. I don't know what they are. If anyone from the King's Troop is watching and knows the names of the horses, you're quite welcome to share them. I think you might well be looking for a carrot. Yeah, so spot on with that.
You just wanted to buy me.
That's a good question, Stina. People have said, no, it's okay. People have said different things. People have said, I've heard so many different variants of which type of horse these are rather. We know they're bays. I thought they were chestnuts. We know they're bays, and apparently they were also of Irish origin. Your guinea pig is the same colour as this horse. Glorious, eh, folks? It's spectacular.
Closer, closer. More closer. Bam.
Yeah. It's not gonna go. It's pretty well.
I think one huge positive for the King's troop is that, obviously, as you can see, they're wearing. Anyone that's watching, do we know what we call this? It's obviously part of the uniform. It's not. I'm guessing it's not called a helmet ordinarily. What do we call this? What is the headpiece, the headwear, for somebody in the King's troop or horse artillery? I need to learn a whole new vocabulary, folks, for the time that they're here. So we know that these are not troopers; they're gunners. Okay. What do we call the headwear?
You want to go?
Anyone know? What could it be called? Because I've got no clue. I will try and find out. Yeah, exactly. Same thing. I don't know, it would seem a bit too, how do we say it? It would seem a bit too casual. Is it? No, it's just, no, this is not called a bearskin. These King's troop don't wear bearskins. Shackle? I have no idea. I will try and find out. I should have actually done a bit of research into the King's troop uniform beforehand. I didn't think of it. See? I can't do that, Chris. If I approach the guard, I will get shouted at. And the same as anyone else. People can't do that. People don't get involved. This horse is very close to end of shift, changing over. Don't forget, this is a cavalry regiment. Okay, every guard that we see here spends all day, every day, with their horses. I never know. I never know. You know, people do say that potentially the horse is uncomfortable or the bit or something's wrong. And to be honest, when I first came here, the first couple of weeks, I actually did mention it. How long is their shift? It's 1 hour here. It is, isn't it? Yeah. So this is the baby of the two, everyone. If we sort of juxtapose the two horses, got this one here, obviously. But no, it's okay, Chris. I know, it's okay. And we've got the other one, the big, beautiful one. Oh, this guy's happy, look. That's very, very close. It's probably the closest I've seen anybody get with a selfie stick. It's a Busby hat. How many years have you been doing this? 5 months, Nikki. Years, 5 months. Channel's 5 months old. The other horse, Diane, the other horse is bigger. Not like massively bigger in the sense of, being hugely larger than the one we were just looking at. I'll show you. The other horse could easily be a lifeguard horse. It's that size. There we are. We seem to agree that we roughly, give or take, 16 hands. That's it, horsey. You're way too kind. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
That was in the area and I saw you walk there.
It's really, really kind of you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Speak to you later. Bye-bye. Hey everybody, friend just dropped in there. It's very nice of her, so nice.
Ready?
No, my pleasure everyone. Thank you very much guys for your support. Glorious horse. Indeed we do, 100%. Yeah, I did say, guys, didn't I, that we had a lot to look forward to in terms of the changeover of regiments, and I really wasn't exaggerating. 1 second. Oh, suitcase on wheels. Thank you. Oh, of course, he looks a bit thirsty. He's got his tongue out. The notifications thing is a curious one. I know that for some people it works, for other people it doesn't work. I know that, and it's a TikTok thing. It's not a John thing. It's not a channel thing. It's a TikTok thing. You know, sometimes notifications are super clear. There are no issues with the notifications. Other times, yeah, it's just not having it. I don't know why it's like that. I've noticed the same thing, actually. Genre. So it's kind of, it feels funny actually to, I mean, yes, that's the rank, but to me it feels funny to be referring to the chaps and ladies here as gunners. One, because obviously right now they don't have any guns, but two, we're so used to troopers, aren't we? You have water break as well, or it's pretty hot, no? You surprised how hot it is? Yeah, it's a sticky one today. 1 second, folks. We're just going to pop this on the floor. Gunners, yeah. King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery. They are called gunners. They're not troopers. Let's not forget, it's an artillery regiment, so they are called gunners. Do you know that they're called? These guys are gunners. The other ones, household cavalry troopers. These are gunners.
There's gunners.
Gunners. They're called gunners, yeah.
They call gunners. Yeah. It's not for the artillery, no?
Second.
They're the one for the artillery. No.
I honestly, I have no idea. It's a good question. I have no idea.
They are the same uniform.
I would think so. Yeah, I mean, hold on a second. Yeah, they did. They were pulling the gun carriages during Trooping the Colour, and also, yeah, during the coronation. Yeah. But notice, you see how many times he was shouting already. This guy shouted at least 3 times. Yeah, no, 3. I heard 3 times. Yeah, since he arrived this morning. So I'm going to keep an eye out on the tunnel, everybody. I'm going to zoom into the tunnel. We're just having a water break, guys. I'll be back with you in a second. Don't forget we've got that changeover as well. The 1 o'clock Chitsman and Boxman changeover is happening. That'll be the first time we've seen a double changeover with the King's Troop. Yeah, got lots of this here today, actually. Lots of people recording, streaming, and lots of photographers that I know. And it's a curious one because even though it's not hot, the mean temperature is something around about 26, but the humidity today is just crazy. Crazy. However, we're not even close to the horses being taken off. I do know that. So just having some water. 1 second, right? %, yeah, that's the way that I looked at it. Obviously, as I said, I'll post the footage, etc. later, but I got the new troop riding in across horseguardsparade. I got them coming in the tunnel. I got the blues leaving. Lots of our favourite blues were here this morning. We're almost at 99 subscribers. Are we really actually almost at 99 subscribers? Did it really go up that fast? Goodness me, 89, you're right. It is a little unusual, but let's not forget that, okay, of course it's a new thing. You know, we're seeing a lot of new things at once. And that, in some respects, is a bit overwhelming. Okay, it's all one thing to have new horses, one thing to have new guards. But, you know, even for me trying to remember the terminology, you know, again, I'm obviously going to slip up and refer to a corporal of horse. There is no corporal of horse here. It doesn't exist as a rank in the King's troops. We've got a sergeant major. And we seem to think, don't we, roughly, that we've got either a lieutenant or a corporal. In fact, or maybe both. We will see, you know, as the officers come in or out. But the two, how do we say, the 2 senior people on duty that I saw here this morning, the 2 senior officers are both female. It is, yeah, it's nice and nice strange, 100%. Sorry guys, that's a water bottle just going chick 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 a little bit in my hand. I'm going to close the top. 1 second. Yeah, the uniforms. In fact, I would agree on that. The uniforms are magnificent. In fact, they're even beyond magnificent. There we go. Oh, it just hit 90. Welcome to number 90. Thank you very much, number 90. Oh, he just said it again at the gate here. Make way for the guard. Okay, I like the fact they're saying that. They're not mentioning kingsguard. And you know why? Because they're not blues and royals and they're not lifeguards. So they're not using kingsguard as their expression. They are saying make way for the guard. Very vocal, just like the horses. Their horses have been super, super, super vocal. See that? This fellow is absolutely not stopping for anybody, no matter what. Getting deja vu, guys, for the good old days of the blues. I say the good old days. Let's say, a month and a half, 2 months ago. Those days when the blues were exceedingly vocal. Getting vibes. It's the King's Troop Royal Horse Artillery. 100%. Yeah, the blues are definitely a lot easier. They do yell. We haven't heard anybody yet getting disciplined for a reins grab, but like everything else here, it's only a matter of time. It'll happen. It'll happen. We know it's going to happen. We don't know when it's going to happen, but we do know it is going to happen. Notice well, they don't have those huge white leather gloves that the blues are ordinarily wearing. Much more casual, beautiful braiding on the uniform as well. Look at that, isn't it glorious? Yeah, that would make perfect sense. It's a big and beautiful, there's no doubt about that. Wrong channel for dating requests, so I'm going to do you a favour for yourself. I'm going to ban you because we don't need to do dating requests in the channel. That applies to ladies too. Bye bye. Thank you for joining, Pat.
Oh, that's a nice horse today. Look. How nice that horse is. Hey? Beautiful.
Okay, it's interesting. They're debating whether or not to do a normal change just inside. So that'll be interesting to see what they do decide to do. We've seen one already, but we haven't yet seen a double change. In other words, boxman, shitsman change. Yeah, it's absolutely fine to be petting the horse, petting the horse. Hey, welcome. I am glad that you like watching from Australia. Thank you. They are caught in the new regiment, new uniforms, new troopers, new horses, new attitude as well, in a good way. Omega, no, they haven't changed uniforms. It's a new regiment, that's why we've got a completely different uniform. It is a nice change, yeah. Plus, come on, we know the Blues have been massively worked in the past 3 months, you know, with the coronation prep, everything else. It's been extraordinary. Yeah, thank you. No all capitals though. Anyone using all capitals in the chat will be muted or banned. Please don't use all capitals, folks. They're not, in fact, chaps. So if you write anything else in all capitals, you will get booted.
You're going to stand in the front, okay? Yep.
They're actually not on hollybobs or indeed on holidays. They are actually up at Edinburgh. The Blues are still going to be at work, folks. Yes, it's going to be a bit of time away, but they're up there for the Order of the Thistle. Oh, Blues are heading up to Scotland. Please don't use all capitals, Wendy, in the chat. Thank you very much.
Get it? Yep.
Yes.
Landa, you will, I'm sure. So many people, you know, we've met dozens and dozens of people from the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, much further afield, and everybody said the same thing. You know, we can't wait to visit London, can't wait to see horseguards, you know, can't wait to get a picture with the magnificent horses, etc.
Dai, una gabbia basta.
Order of Thistle, good question. I would honestly say, respectfully, better to Google it. Why? Because that will explain it far better than I ever could. Just like the Order of the Garter, their point new knights, etc., people that advise the king. It's a special order for very distinguished people, very important people. It's basically the Scottish version of Order of the Garter. Hey, Western New York, I'm glad you like it. Yeah, very much, Wendy. Oh, Torish is a teeny weeny bit nervous, in fact. This one is a bit vocal, a little bit cloppy, and maybe even, as it was this morning when it first started, a little bit stroppy. Cloppy and stroppy. Hey, good morning to you. Welcome, everyone. Yeah, a little bit of attitude with this horse, but in a good way, best possible way. The horse, to be honest, from what I've seen, is very much like the guard. Oh, talking of which. Yeah. I'm going inside, everyone, because of two things. One, they're going to close the gates any moment. And two, it'll be easy, obviously, to grab a good spot before that double changeover happens. As I said, Chitsman,